Well, thank you for joining our discussion today. Trumpism and the Republican Party is a party on its last days. It looks like Trump has got hold of the party and is more like a Trojan horse who has held the Republican Party hostage. He is poised, actually, he's a leading contender for the Republican Party nomination, and it looks like he's headed to winning. While many people cast doubt about his presidency, even the world all over is worried about his presidency. They are saying that Donald Trump poses the biggest danger to the world in 2024. What is victory in America's election would mean? That is a question of so many leaders, so many people in the world. Why is it like he appears to be so admired? He has consistently remained in a lead to become the presidential nomination. With his MAGA party, he is in the Republican Party, but the Republican Party is divided. There is a MAGA inside, which is conservative, which believes in making America great again. He had his 5 years. He lost the election. But it looks like he's poised to win again in a big way. What is going on? Let me take you back to the history of this country. This country has had elections in many years. We have had presidents. The first president of this country was elected as a federalist. There was no party, actually. People like Quincy Adams did not have a party. Then it arose that there was a Whig party, which came and dominated a little bit, and then he divided. Then we had a Democratic Republican. Some people were elected as Democratic Republican. So there was one time when Democrats and Republicans were together, called Democratic Republican. Then later on, this split also, we had now people differing. We had people who were Democrats and Republican. And so far, we have had 19 Republican presidents, 17 Democratic presidents, and all these other this country has seen. Now, Trump, how did the Republican Party come into existence? The history of the Republican Party was that we had the Whig Party before. But when things changed and they diverged on the philosophy, that is when we ended up having a Democratic Republican Party come into existence, and which later on also split. Democrats went separate ways. And it appears clearly that what made Republicans split, I mean the Whig Party, they were so much obsessed they wanted the presidency. The party started in 1820s, the Whig Party, very strong. And they worked in the 1830s. They started making inroads, but they were so mad that they wanted to elect a president. In 1840, they were lucky to elect William Harrison as their president, but who died a few months in office. They missed that point. They wanted the power. From 1840, they tried until 1848. Prior to that, what the Whig Party wanted was presidency. That is when they nominated Zachary Taylor, a war hero. They thought because he had come here, he was a war hero from the American-Mexican War, he would appeal to people. And that is what happened. They won the election. Zachary Taylor became the president, but he did not believe on their philosophy. He did not believe on the philosophy of the Whig Party. So in that 1948 election, you look at that election, Zachary Taylor, the Whig Party, won 163 votes against Lewis Cass, a Democrat, who got 127, and he became president. That's all they got. And from here, he was not even following what the party wanted. And that is how the Whig Party disintegrated. And from the Whig Party, we got the Republican Party. That is how the Republican Party came into existence. You can see there, that is in 1820, when now the parties were trying to organize themselves, and we divided. We had the National Republican Party and the National Republican Party and the Democratic Party, and they had split in between there. And when they combined it together to fight against the Republican, they formed the Whig Party. And immediately after that, after electing Zachary Taylor, they split. Those some were American Party and know nothings. They split, and finally they formed the Republican Party, which elected Abraham Lincoln into office. So in this protest, the big question is, the election of Zachary Taylor mirrors the election of Donald Trump. Donald Trump does not believe as a Republican. He came with his own ideas, radical ideas, and he has his MAGA party. Right now, you see so many congressmen, Republican congressmen, and Democratic, Republican senators are retiring because they can't have people who are listening to them. Not anymore. So, does it appear that this is the end of the Republican Party with Trump? Yes, you can get victory, but the ideas which really makes the Republican Party are in limbo. And they are held. You see, he can do anything. I have never seen a president who does anything. And let me tell you, the reality is, Trump going to 2024 election, he is likely to win. Like it or not, he still looks very popular among the people. There are people silently who want to support Donald Trump, even if you don't like it. So they may win, even if they don't win. The Republican Party has been damaged beyond doubt. He is one of the presidents who, among the few, is the second president who did not attend the inauguration to give power. He is actually, if he was from the so-called asshole countries, if he was a president of the so-called, the one he calls asshole countries, he couldn't have left office. Thanks for the greatest democracy, that even if he did not give power, power shifted from him. This is a man who would say anything and go scot-free. Right now, he has many criminal cases. He has all of these indictments. He has been charged, indicted everywhere. But still, he has people supporting him. What? It is believed that in 1988, when he was asked whether he would run for president, he said one day he would run for president. And he was asked which party he would go. He said, I will run as a Republican. The reason being, they lie or they listen to all of the lies in Fox News. Even if Fox News is tired of it. Many people have been indicted. And here, Trump was even in court trying to appeal to say that he had presidential immunity, so he cannot be charged with any criminal offense. Listen to what
he's testing the limits of presidential power, arguing charges for trying to subvert 2020 election results be dismissed. His legal team telling an appeals court because Trump was in office during the alleged crimes, he has presidential immunity.
To authorize the prosecution of a president for his official acts would open a Pandora's box.
Listen to his lawyer saying that to authorize the prosecution of a president for his official acts will open a Pandora box.
From which this nation may never recover.
That we will never recover. To authorize the prosecution of a president for his official acts will open a Pandora box from which this nation may not recover. Authorizing an insurrection, authorizing people to go to prevent the transfer of power, was that an official act? Sincerely, what is happening to the American country?
The only exception, they say, would be if a president is impeached and found guilty by the Senate first, an exception tailored to Trump, who was impeached but not found guilty by the Republican-controlled Senate in 2021. The three judges on the panel grilling Trump's lawyer on the limits of his argument.
Could a president who ordered SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political rival who was not impeached, would he be subject to criminal prosecution?
The judge asked a very good question. Could a president who ordered the SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political rival who was not impeached, could he be subject to criminal prosecution? Just hear how the defense lawyer is saying.
If he were impeached and convicted first.
That if he was impeached and convicted first, then
explanations did not sit well with at least one judge.
I think it's paradoxical to say that his constitutional duty to take care that the laws be faithfully executed allows him to violate criminal laws.
Listen, that is a very amazing.
Prosecutors called the Trump arguments.
How could it? That the judges ask him very good questions. So that he's above the law, that he can commit a crime because he has presidential immunity. That could only happen in a monarchy or in an actual country, the so-called asshole country. The only way Trump's presidency would be cut off if he's found guilty in a court. And definitely for this case, he should be sure that he's not going to win. He will not get this immunity, as he said. So, but the Republican Party should either be prepared for its obituary, and we will also usher in when a new party, maybe MAGA Republican Party, whatever it is, to come into force. So I predict that it could be the end of the Republican Party with Trump as his steering will end the Republican.